Hi there, this is Katherine Moller here for another installment of Tips and Tricks. Today I want to talk to you again about the bow. The bow is the trickiest part about the violin. It's the thing that you have to master to be able to get really good sound coming out of your instrument. So a common issue that will happen with the bow is that a lot of times people have a bow grip, and even if it's in the perfect position, if your fingers are really stiff and you have your hand in exactly the same position all the time, your bowing won't be smooth. So we have to make sure, whether you have a perfect bow hold or not, that all of these fingers are really relaxed and that they can actually move. Because your hand is not always in the same position as you're playing. So I know it's a little hard to see because I'm so close to the camera, but I think of my wrist as leading. So as I'm playing an up bow, as I'm coming up, my wrist is higher, and then as I transition to go down, my wrist and knuckles kind of flatten out. So I think of there being kind of two positions. This is kind of my up bow position, and then this is my down bow position. And you can see as I'm coming up, my fingers are straighter, and then as I do a down bow, my fingers are bending, and these knuckles are coming down. So an exercise that you can do to work on that and to make sure that these knuckles can move, you can do it with a pencil. Very simply, if you hold the pencil like you would hold your bow, and then you practice straightening your fingers and then curling your fingers. So this is your up bow position, and then as you bring your knuckles down, bring your fingers up so that these knuckles flatten out, this is your down bow position. So this is up bow, down bow, up bow, down bow, up bow, down bow, up bow, down bow. And you can practice that just with a pencil, because the pencil's really light and you don't have to worry about dropping it, and you probably have one, at your office or wherever you are. So you can practice that to make sure that your fingers are moving and get that idea of straightening your fingers and bending them. And then this is an exercise that my high school violin teacher had me do, and it sounds terrible. Everyone sounds terrible doing this exercise, but it's really good. So you put your bow on the string, and all you're going to move is your fingers. So you're going to straighten your fingers, and then you're going to bend your fingers. And straighten and bend. Straighten, bend, straighten, bend. And it sounds like that. It always sounds like that for everyone. So if you practice this at home, don't worry about the fact that it sounds terrible, because it just will. But that shows you I can move my bow about an inch just with straightening my fingers and bending my fingers. And then once you get that so that you can do just that motion, you can think as you're practicing your bowing about your wrist leading. And so that's what I think of. I think of as I'm coming up, my wrist is leading, and then I change direction and my wrist is leading me down again. And then my wrist leads me up, and my wrist leads me down. So that is what I wanted to talk to you about today for bowing. Making sure that your fingers on your bow hand actually move, that you don't have one static grip that you're using the whole time. If you try just having one position, your sound will always be very mechanical, and you won't get really smooth transitions at the end. And so that's when your fingers really come into play, is when you get to the end of the bow and you're changing direction. That's what will help you get a really smooth sound. Happy fiddling!